Hi, my name is Stephen Whitley, and I'm going to be talking today about what you need to think about when you are getting ready to research place. When you're doing your ethnographic research, you're going to probably need to go to an off-site location and actually describe the setting that you're going to be talking about in your ethnography. So I kind of want you to think about first, when you read something, even if it's a newspaper article or a magazine article, or if it's a really good book, think about how that writer puts you in that place. You really feel like you are there. And that's sort of what your goal should be for researching place for your ethnography, because what you're trying to do in this ethnography is to put the person there. You're really wanting them to get a feeling of what it's like being wherever it is that you've decided to do your research on. Being able to effectively put a reader in a setting is important in any writing, but it's really essential in an ethnography. What I normally do is I think about, before I even go to the place, I think about a series of questions that I want to ask myself when I get there. And what you can do is write these questions down and then go and answer these questions when you get there. Some of those questions would include, what is the name of the place? That's sort of really important, and you don't always think about that. And then when you get there, describe what you see around you. Just describe name the things, like if you're in an outdoor place, name the things that you see around you. What colors are associated with the place? What temperature is associated with this place? What are the sounds that you hear when you're in this place? And do those sounds change? Like, do you hear birds, or do you hear construction work, or something like that? What smells do you smell when you're in this place? What is there a taste that's associated with this place? If you're doing a restaurant, it could be any sort of if you're doing your ethnography on a restaurant, well, obviously there's taste associated with that. What emotions do you feel when you're in this place, good and bad? Are there other people in this place? And if so, who are they? What are they wearing? What are you wearing? What are they saying? What are they doing? And what are you doing? And those are all really important questions to ask. What I normally do is when I take students, I sort of try to model students on how to do this. And so I take them to a place and I have them write take 10 minutes to write a paragraph about the place. And then it's better to go back, actually, once you've answered all these questions, go back, write another summary of everything. And then if you have questions about what you have come up with, and you can even let one of your friends read your paragraph description. And if they have questions, when you go back for your second site visit, those are the questions that you need to answer. It's really also very important to map a scene, and so you can do that, either your first visit or your second visit. And what you do is just, you make a map of what you see. So like if you're at a restaurant, you make a map of all of the tables that you see. Say if you're in a garden, you make a map of, the way the sidewalks and things like that are laid out, and if there's flower beds, if there's flowers in the flower beds, things like that. Take notes on the overall setting, using the previous place exercise where you list, sights and smells and temperatures and things like that. Map the space, that's very important. Describe any of the activities that are going on in the space, including activities of, the people that are around you. And then write any conversations that you hear. Try not to be real eavesdroppy, but, sort of listen around to see if you hear what people are talking about, because that can really tell you a lot about a space. If people feel comfortable talking freely there, then, that's different than a place where people don't feel comfortable talking freely. The best ethnographies that I have seen are ones where students have really put forth a really good map of the location. And I even had one student that did a three-dimensional kickball field, and she had all the little kickball players and everything like that. So mapping your place is really important, and putting the the reader or the viewer of the ethnography in your place is extremely important. And it's what makes for an A in your ethnography. And it's also really good if you're going to do writing in the future, because it forces you to focus on detail. And good writing, when you really come down to it, is about detail. Okay, good luck.